Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching TopTenzNet, and in the video today we're looking at the top 10 reasons to increase gun regulation in the United States. Number 10. Australia's gun ban demonstrates great potential for success.
A statistic you see flaunted on social networking sites like Reddit is that when Australia had a mass shooting in 1996 in Port Arthur, guns were banned, and there hasn't been a mass shooting since. But while that's good for headlines and very dramatic, more significant is how it affected Australian gun crime overall. That dropped 59% in the following decade.
Number 9. Civilian militias do not need them.
An oft-cited idea by American gun regulation opponents is that allowing the government to have all the guns allows for tyranny, since, to quote the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. Thus, there have been 512 groups organized on that principle in the US. The most successful groups have not needed to fire any rounds to aid civilian interests. For example, the Citizen Border Watch group, the Minutemen, in 2006 prevented a reported 100 illegal immigrants crossing in a day, despite not being permitted to use their firearms.
Number 8. Mass shootings are not going to be aided by citizen gunfire.
It is also widely argued that potential mass shooters could potentially be stopped by a bystander. This likelihood is heavily overwhelmed by the possibility of hitting a bystander, another gun person such as a police officer shooting the citizen attempting to stop the crime in the confusion, and similar concerns. For example, during the January 8, 2011 Tucson, Arizona mass shooting, Joe Zamudio almost shot a person that had already disarmed the shooter. In almost all instances where a citizen stopped a shooter, the means used were through physical combat. The individual had done military or police service and almost never needed to shoot.
Number 7. Guns are counterproductive in home defense.
The appeal of buying a gun to stop a burglar or worse is more than understandable. There is especially cause to be concerned that the police will be less effective as a deterrent when you consider that of the 10 cities with the highest violent crime rates, 5 cut the budgets of their law enforcement in 2012. But the unfortunate fact is that at the end of the day, a gun is 22 times more likely to discharge a bullet into a member of the household than into an intruder.
Number 6. Homeowners' guns are more dangerous for children than mass shooters.
This is a point continued from number 7 that bears emphasis. Let's not kid ourselves. In the back of our minds, we're all still thinking about what happened in Sandy Hook Elementary in 2012. But as reported by the Huffington Post, in 2010 alone, 129 minors were killed by accidental gunshots. Just accidental, never mind all the impulsive shootings and how they are a common means of committing suicide. They are not a statistically effective means of protecting your family.
Number 5. Recreational shooting is very dangerous beyond the bullets.
It's true that accidental shootings from hunting are very limited thanks to hunter safety training. There are less than 90 Americans killed by hunting annually. Hunting is still extremely dangerous though, because in dry weather it has caused numerous forest fires. It's just inevitable that a large number of ion sparks will be produced by firing a gun. In 2012, thousands of people in Colorado alone had to temporarily evacuate their homes due to forest fires caused by recreational shooting.
Number 4. Defending a home with a gun endangers neighbors.
Even if you don't own a gun, if your neighbor does, your safety is lessened. News reports provide multiple stories where an individual shot a gun and the bullet struck someone in another building. If you're defending an apartment, consider how you're potentially endangering someone in the other room.
Number 3. A gun you own for self-defense might be used against you.
No matter how tough you think you are, many people do not have the force of will to kill another person, even in self-defense. Even trained soldiers will have trouble with that. So a person suddenly put into a life-or-death situation might have trouble just having the will to shoot an assailant, to say nothing of being physically capable in an extremely stressful environment.
Number 2. Even blanks can be deadly.
Some people believe they can defend themselves without endangering bystanders with the sound and flash of blanks. While using blanks certainly limits the danger, it is not as safe as it sounds. Numerous people have been killed by close-range blank fire. This ongoing misconception, reinforced by movies such as Crash, is going to endanger many dealing with someone believing they have a safe device.
Number 1. Evidence also exists an overall ban might be counterproductive.
Let's take the example of Great Britain's 1998 ban to illustrate the point. The massive gun ban cost the country £500 million, and consider that their population and gun count was much lower than that of the US and was done without a constitution that promised them the right to bear arms. In the decade following the decision, the nation's gun crime doubled. It has also not lowered the assault crime rates either, which has instead increased significantly, although correlation is not causation. So don't be too quick to call for a nationwide gun ban in the US, even if your heart is really set on that for personal or ideological reasons.
So I really hope you found that video interesting and hopefully informative. Please do give us a like below if that is the case. Also, let us know what you think of it in the comments below. I know it's a controversial topic. Also, over there, if you like this video about guns, check out some of our other lists on the right, and thank you for watching.